for.
Why is it so fast?
Get your roller coaster for her. Sure do.
Okay, ready? Ah! Hey guys, welcome back. We are fixing to set up a carnival.
Yay!
Yay!
Are these from Pickles?
Yeah. We brought her roller coaster over here and her teepee because Lexi's running out of room. She's going to buy a bigger house.
For her toys.
Cause of you. Cause of you.
I did box a lot of them up though.
Say hi. Say hi.
Dude, I'm gonna
Huh? You see mommy? Allie. 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 Hair is juicy.
bless it.
You got pickle juice in her hair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Sure, you had pickle. Okay. It's raining.
That video yesterday, she had her butt or onesie unbuttoned.
Oh, which one?
When she was a couple. It was just fine. You can't see her awkward.
Yeah.
But they're probably gonna be like, oh, they don't ever button her.
Come here. Let's dance in the rain. Come on. It's rain. It's raining. Come on. You want to make it a water slide instead of a roller coaster? It can be Daredevil Falls.
She's just funny. What is that on my face?
TP, I got your TP. I got your TP. I got your TP. I got your roller coaster. Come on. You gonna clog? Come on. Right, let's go, let's go. Oh, you're standing out here in the rain? You gonna ride your roller coaster? Got one more roller coaster for it.
Okay.
She got her volleyball in the grass and kicking it. She's just walking and kicking it.
Soccer player. Lately, you can do anything you want to do, mate. Want you to play soccer or golf?
Woo! The sunrise, late nights, wishing that this would be over. Cold eyes, the same fights. We won't be getting any closer. We're supposed to be young, dumb, and free, and we never be me.
Yeah, this is not very comfortable. This is
You want to do it? This is for kids.
Hoping that you'll see what we could be before we throw it all away. And pride's forsaken both of us. Always thought that we would get it right. We've been fighting 9 to 5. Always thought that you'd be.
Okay, so I know this video is a little different. I'm not cleaning. I need to be, but I'm not. But I wanted to show you guys around the outside of the house and, you know, tell you what I need to do. I still need to, I may insert a clip of the front porch, like while I'm on the front porch. Because if you look up on the front porch, there's like spider webs and it's so dirty. Cat hair, dog hair, cat food, dog food. I mean, it's bad. And Blakely loves the front porch, so I really need to clean it off. But there are a couple of places you guys seen on those steps on the back that need to be nailed back up. And Kennedy's blinds are broken. The cat like tries to get in the window and look, and her blinds are broken. So I need to get new blinds because I cannot stand that. I do not like broken blinds. I feel like if you drive by a house and their blinds are broken, it looks bad. And I don't like it, of course, looking at it from the inside, but we do need to get blinds for up there. And maybe just keep them raised so the cat can sit there and not necessarily, you know, have to like dig through the blinds to look out. But we do need to get new blinds in there. So I'd like to pressure wash the front porch and then get some of the green off of it too. We have flower beds from last year. You guys seen those. And there is a blackberry bush down there. I kind of want to keep that because I love blackberries. My dad gave me 2 blackberry sprouts and they're on the back porch and I need to plant those. I wanted to keep them in the pot just for like maybe a week or so to make sure they were going to do okay. And they look really, really good. So I need to set those out. And they're thornless. So, and they're everbearing. I think that's what he said. I don't know. But anyway, and he said that they like produce all year, like, or not in the winter, but like all season. So that's good. Flash, you're getting out of his teepee. Are you over the teepee? Oh, you're not? Okay. His ears are much better. So, but anyway, I need to sow grass on each side of the driveway because it's muddy from where, like if all the kids are here or my mom, Alden, you know, of course Heather, but we just have to pull in the yard sometimes. So I'd like to widen that driveway or extend it like toward our storage building a little bit. I don't know if that's possible. But anyway, I have all these big plans and, you know, who knows if it's going to get done. So Alden pulled in, it's been a while back, and he was like, have you ever thought about tearing those posts down at the driveway? And I was like, no, I love those. No, why? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with my posts? But anyway, he was like, well, they look bad. They look like they're cracked and somebody's like sealed them and it looks bad. And I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, maybe you should paint them. I was like, I don't want to paint them. But I don't know what to do about that. But I do need to sow some grass. And we cleaned out all of the flowers and stuff that was around the mailboxes, like the post last year. Got rid of those. We cut down a lot of bushes. You okay? The trees on the corners of the house. Heather wants to cut those down. I liked them. I think maybe we should just trim them, but I don't know. Maybe get rid of those. They are kind of growing into the house. Are you sleepy? Maybe they're kind of growing into the house, so that's probably not good for our siding and stuff. He wants to go outside. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. He's outside. He loves the front porch. Sometimes we do need to do something with those bushes, and of course, last year we had ferns on our front porch, and I would like to have those again. They did really good because our front porch gets the evening sun. I feel like the morning sun kind of burns a fern up, so they would get the evening sun on the front porch, and I think that would be nice again because our ferns last year looked so pretty. But yeah, so we've got a lot to do. That garden, oh my gosh, that garden like overwhelms me just looking at it. But we do need to get that garden done and caught up, like, you know, get it cleaned out and ready to go for this year. So that's exciting. I'm not going to plant as much. I'm going to space some things out more because last year it was our first time growing a garden, and we planted like enough for like 4 acres in a little 10 by 20 rectangle. But definitely going to be planting some things in there. And yeah, so I'm excited about it. Allison has 2 more tournaments left and she's done. So the tournament
this weekend is supposed to be like the biggest one of the season. So Alden took off for that, and Alden and I are going to take her this weekend to volleyball and watch her play. She's fixing to be playing high school volleyball. High school tryouts are soon, and I think she'll make it, and I think she's doing really good. I said I can remember when she just would get it over the net serving, and I would be so excited. So she's came a long way. She definitely has, and that's her sport. We were a softball family, so when she quit softball and wanted to play volleyball, it broke Alden's heart. But you gotta let them do what they're good at, and volleyball was her sport. So that's what she's doing, and she loves it. She loves it. It's like you don't even have to tell her, go outside and practice, or go do this, or go do. She's always got a volleyball in her hand. And as annoying as it is sometimes, hearing a ball beating against the roof of your house or whatever, it's been good for her. She is 5'7", and I think she's done growing. You guys can let me know, but she's just turned 14, and from what her pediatrician said, she might grow another inch, but probably about what she is. She is probably about what she is. So Kennedy is like 5'11", Reagan is about 5'8", Lexi's 5'7", 5'8". I'm 5'4". So I think Allison is probably the shortest of all my kids, and if you play volleyball in college, usually, they want you to be pretty tall. So she's going to have to learn to jump. So she's been working on that. And if you guys, I know a lot of you guys don't care anything about the volleyball that I put in, and I completely understand. If somebody had soccer, I'm not going to sit and watch it because it's just not my thing. But if it was softball or basketball or volleyball, I definitely would. If it was anything else, I probably wouldn't. So I understand if you don't want to watch that. And I just really like to have it for memories for her. And I know a lot of her teammates are like, when's your mom posting that video? Like they want to watch. So there's a gnat. So I have tried to include some of the girls that want to be. I know in school ball there were like several girls that were like Blakely and Val. There were like several girls that were like, will you tell your mom to be, like they wanted to be. So I knew that was okay. But if I know they watch and they like it, I'll put more of them in. But if you skip that, that's totally fine. I understand that. I was just going to give you guys, I know I haven't been in the comments a lot. For one, I'm busy. I'm a busy person. Like I always have somebody here. There's nobody here right now, and I don't know where everybody's at. Lexi is actually coming in a little bit. But Lexi lives just right down the road, so she's here almost every day for an hour or so, just in and out. Or I'll ask to keep Lakely, and she'll bring her to me or whatever. So, I always have somebody here usually, or something going on, or somewhere to go, something to do, whatever. And it's just busy. It's all I can do to just get some content up sometimes, because if Reagan comes over and I'm helping Reagan budget, so she makes really good money and she's got all these goals, and we're putting money toward this and this and this and this every single paycheck. And so she'll come over here once a week, and we sit down and we go through what can go where and what needs to be paid, and we're budgeting, and she's budgeting. I'm helping her, but I'm not gonna film why is there a gnat in my house? I'm gonna quit filming when she comes in. I just am. I'm not gonna sit and film that. There's just times that I can't film. I know somebody in the comments was like, I would watch you 24 hours a day. And I was like, girl, you would not want to watch this house 24 hours a day. If there was a camera in here 24 hours a day, I would be demonetized quickly. I have to do a lot of editing. But I know there's been so many of you guys, are you and Alden back together? And there's been no change. There has been absolutely no change. What I will say about that is we have came a long way, okay? I love Alden, and I know without a doubt Alden loves me. I'm not dating. He's not dating. It's nothing like that. I love him. He is fixing to have a procedure done on his back, and I will absolutely take care of him. He's definitely going to be here throughout all of that. I'll take care of him. I just will. I love him. We just couldn't get along. We got so wrapped up in our kids and in our life, and I feel like that. So when we got together, Lexi was 2, Reagan was like 7, 8 months old, something like that. And we didn't just have time together, just us. It was just like we were through into it, and it was a lot of chaos. It was busy. And then we had Kennedy, and then we had Allison. He adopted Lexi and Reagan. We had 4 girls, and we had, Kennedy plays softball at ETSU. We played travel softball. We were running our butts off. We were working our butts off. It's expensive. You guys know that. We just kind of lost each other. He worked every hour he could for our kids to do what they did, and for me to be able to run them here and run them there and do what they wanted to do and have what they wanted to have. And he was tired, and he was hateful, and he's 15 years older than me, so he was a little old and a little grumpy. I would push his buttons, and we were very, very toxic. It got to a point that it was not healthy for anybody involved. My kids will tell you that. He'll tell you that. Alden is a very private person, very private. He does not like for me to talk too much about him or too much about our business, I guess. I'm not telling you guys anything you don't already know. But I felt trapped because I didn't work. I had no income. I had nowhere to go. Where am I going to go and take 4 kids? How am I going to afford a place to live? There was just, there was just no way out for me. It wasn't even an option. It wasn't. I had thought, of course, about splitting up, but it wasn't reality until I was on the phone with Heather one night. Things were really bad with her and her husband. It was so bad that I was like, you can come here. If you want to come to my house and stay, Alden works 3rd shift. You can sleep on the couch, come over, stay here. And she did. That night she came over. That's when her divorce was starting. And she stayed at my house sometimes, not all the time, but she stayed at my house sometimes at night when Alden would be at work. So when she was looking at apartments, we lived in a townhouse at that point because we had sold our house. So there was a townhouse across the street that was going to be open soon. She was even looking at that. Rent is outrageous, okay? So she was like, I could buy a house, and my house payment would be half of what that is going to cost me. So then she started looking at houses, and she was like, it's just going to take every penny I make to make it. And that's when the whole thing evolved, where I ended up leaving. I could afford half of rent, and I could afford half of an electric bill, and I could afford half of things. And of course we do use more than half, and I pay more than half most days. But nothing's changed with Heather. I mean, she has her own life. She goes and does her own thing, and she has her own friends, and she has lunch dates, and she goes and does things with whoever she wants to do things with. She usually tells me it'll be late before I get home, or I'm going to be straight home, or, she'll usually keep me in the loop, and I do her too. Like, I'll be like, well, Allie's got volleyball practice, or I'm going to be going. We tell each other what's going on. We do. Just out of common courtesy, but everything's the same. As far as me and Alden now we're good. I know when I said I didn't work and I didn't have a way out and all this stuff, I know when I told him I was going to leave, he was like, well, you're not taking your car because I worked and paid for it. And I was like, okay, you can have it. I walked off with nothing. I didn't have a car. So with that being said, I picked myself up from rock bottom, and I pulled myself out of it. There was days that it was ugly, There was days that I hurt so bad I couldn't stand it, and I doubted myself, and I doubted every decision I had ever made in my whole entire life. I was like, what am I doing? Like, is it a midlife crisis? Like, God help me. But I feel like when you are rock bottom and your life is so turned upside down and everything's so uncertain, that's when you find your relationship even more sweeter, more deeper with the Lord through times like that. And there was times I know he just wrapped his arms around me and picked me up because I couldn't have stood on my own. And I still get kind of emotional thinking about it because those were some really hard times for me. Really, really hard times. It's the hardest thing I've ever went through, I think. And he was bitter and mad at me, and he hated me. And he was mad at Heather a little bit because she gave me an out. And he was mad, and we couldn't even be in the same room. We couldn't. I mean, it was not healthy for us to even be around each other. It was ugly. But time does heal you in some ways, and we got through it. And I love him now, and it's not perfect. We have days that we're hateful and we're short, and I can't stand him, and there's days that he can't stand me. But we put our kids first. Our kids were the ones suffering. Our kids were the ones in their bedroom holding their ears crying, scared that we were going to get our kids suffered through that. And the one thing I will say is that we put our kids first. I didn't say you can have them every other weekend. No, if they needed their dad, they were going to be with their dad. If they needed me, they were going to be with me. If I couldn't afford something, he paid it. I paid it. He paid. We never one time argued about who's going to pay for this and who's going to pay for that, or who's going to have the kids on this day or that day. Ever. I have never said, can you go pick them up from school? And him say, it's not, no, you do it, it's your job. No, we would just always put our kids first and loved them. We come together for our kids, just like this weekend. We're going to take Allison to volleyball, and she's going to look over, and she's not going to see mom sitting here and dad sitting over there and wonder what they're fussing about or why they're mad at each other. They're not. They're going to see us sitting together, and they're going to see us getting along, and they're going to, because that's just how it's going to be. I don't want my kids to suffer ever again through my choices. And have I always made the right decisions? No. I doubted every single day, was I making the right decision with this whole thing? And I feel like I did, and I would do it all over again. And Alden will tell you too that it was the best thing that we could have ever done. And it just fixed so many things. And I'm very thankful for Heather, and at the same time, y'all have got to understand that, like, we're all she has too. And she is family. She's like my sister. She goes and she'll help my granny and papa, or she'll help my mom and dad. She'll help Jim and Debbie, or she's family. And I love her, and I'll always be like a sister to her, and she will me. I know people have said, well, what happens when you all like move out or whatever, like y'all don't want to live together anymore? Then we'll just split our stuff up. Will we argue about it? Never. I would give her every single thing. I put every penny in to keep our friendship. Money means absolutely nothing to me. I don't care. I've left before with the shirt on my back. I'll do it again. Don't care. But I would never argue with her over anything, and she wouldn't me either. That's just the kind of person she is, and you don't find that often. The Lord really blessed me and blessed her when our friendship, I've known her for years and always been friends, always. I was her treasurer when Kennedy played softball. I was her treasurer. She was coach. I had to talk to her every day, had to write her checks, had to do this, do that, So, I knew her very well, and I loved her. She would come to the house. I mean, we've been friends for a long time. People don't realize that. They think we just met and moved in. No, it's not how it happened. I would never do that. But, yeah, so things haven't changed. I would say things have gotten better with me and Alden, and probably because he knows I'm gonna have to take care of him. He's probably like, she's fixing to have to take care of me. I better be really nice to her. I bet that's it. But no, he's an amazing dad, amazing person. Heather is amazing to my kids. My kids love her, all my kids. Likely, everybody. I mean, we just, nothing's changed. We're just here. So, I'm going to hop off here. It's been long enough, I guess. And, yeah, so I'm going to get some stuff together for Allison to play volleyball this weekend. And then I'm going to include, I don't know if I'll include some of her volleyball in this one. I may just post this. Okay, you're fixing to see volleyball or you're fixing to see nothing. If you'll know in a second. But anyway, I'm going to hop off here and get busy. Get off my tail. But I love you guys. Jesus loves you guys so much, and he loves me too. And I don't know what I would have done without him. It's the best friends you'll ever have. And if he'll pick something like me up and wrap me up and love on me, as rotten as I am, he will you too. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon.